Hello everyone, this is Philippidi from Pantechelearning and I welcome you all for engage your learning experience with Pantechelearning anytime, anywhere and any places. We are always supporting to the students in a technical way. What is our main vision? We are going to help 10 million students to learn the technical knowledge by the easy way. And I welcome you all today's session. I welcome you all today's session of Artificial Intelligence Masterclass. Today, we are going to discussing about one of the interesting topic beginning of the deep learning. So that means this particular class is completely related to the introduction and overview of deep learning. So that means what in the sense we are going to cover the different concepts. For example, what is deep learning? What do we need deep learning? Applications of the deep learning. What is neural network, activation function and working of the neural network and architecture of the neural network. This kind of the things we are going to discuss. This is completely related to the overview of deep learning today. Okay, before entering the deep learning, first we need to understand what is the concept. How does the works of image recognition? For example, so here the digital images or digital videos is an input. Okay, so you can see here, you can see this particular picture. So this is the input for dogs and cats. Okay, so this is the input we are going to, passing through the system. So that for training and testing. So because before, training, we need to create the model and training the model. So by using the deep learning, you can see here, this is the artificial neural network. Once you are passing this, input as a digital images or digital videos, we need to train the, this particular machine with the help of the artificial neural network. This artificial neural network is extracting the features from that particular input images. Once it is trained in the sense, when you are going to feeding the new images of the animal, of dog or cat, it is going to find and analyzing the what kind of the animal is this. Maybe that it is cat or dog. How the image recognition is worked. So when you are going to feeding with the, training the machine with the help of training the model with the help of the several, data like, digital images of dog, digital images of cat. Once you are going to passing through the artificial neural network, that particular neural network extracting the features from that particular images. After that, training is completed in the sense when you are going to feeding the new images of the dog or cat, that time it is going to analyzing the features of that particular image. Based on the features, it is going to classify this is dog or cat. That can be possible. So this is the way the image recognition is working. So before, we had know about the, like machine learning training. In the same way, the deep learning process also like that. So what is the purpose of the deep learning? We are going to train the model with the help of these several, past data in a deeper way. So that is also the same procedure for the machine learning and also the deep learning. Okay, right. So how? Let's understand how the artificial intelligence identify the images. So for example, you can see here, this is the training data. This is the training data that is nothing but the digital images of dogs. Okay, for example, you are going to feeding the thousands images of the dog in the sense that time only the computer can understand. The computer can understand based on the training and classify, yes, it is dog like that. You can see here, this is the digital images, the thousands of images you are going to feed to the computer. So that time the deep learning, that is nothing but the artificial neural networks is going to extracting the features. That means what in the sense you can see here, for these particular images, with the help of the artificial neural network is going to extracting the features from that particular image. That means deep learning is always extracting the features from the images or extracting the features from the data. That based on the features, yes it is, dog, yes it is cat, yes it is the, bird, yes it is, like car like that. So that can be possible based on the features. So what is the purpose of the artificial neural networks in this sense? That artificial neural networks is while in a training that is it is going to extracting the features from that particular input or training data So that is nothing but the feature extraction process. That feature extraction, based on the features, yes, it is a cat or dog, we can analyze. So once the feature extraction can be done, so based on the features, so when you are going to feed in the new data, based on the features, the ANN will return in it is a dog. It is identify the dogs. You can see in a picture, normally you can understand easily. So this is the training data. While you are going to train with the help of the neural network, the neural network will extract the features from that particular image. You can see here. The circle is notifies features of that particular dogs. Based on the features, after training is completed, based on these features, when you are going to feed in the new data of the dog, that time this is nothing but the testing data. That time the ANN will return and identifies yes, it is dog. So this is the way the artificial neural network will like that. So maybe that you are asking the question to me, what is artificial neural network, this kind of things. We'll discuss in the next slides. Okay, right. So these are the things today we are going to discuss. What is deep learning? Why do we need deep learning? Applications of the deep learning. What is neural network and amplification function? Working of the neural network. This kind of things today we are going to discuss. First, what is deep learning? So deep learning, in the sense, it is a subfield of machine learning. So normally you should understand one thing about this picture. So inside the artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning will be there. So already I said to you in the first day class, artificial intelligence, it is not a single technology. It having the multiple technology. Each and every technology is combined with the one particular technology. That is nothing but the artificial intelligence. Maybe that speech recognition. So with the help of NLP and also with the help of the deep learning method or machine learning method, that time only that can be possible. So that is nothing but also artificial intelligence. For example, face detection. So that is deep learning and also the image processing. So these two different techniques combined in this, and that time only the artificial intelligence technology will give it the results. That is nothing but the artificial intelligence. So each and every technology is contributed for the artificial intelligence technology. Artificial intelligence is not a single technology. It having these several technologies like deep learning, machine learning, image processing, and also the NLP. Okay, you can understand this picture. Artificial intelligence. Here, the deep learning is a subfield of the machine learning. Machine learning is a subfield of the artificial intelligence. It is connected with each other. That's why I mentioned here. Deep learning is a subfield of the machine learning that deals with the algorithms inspired by the structure and the functions of the brain. That means what? In the sense, the deep learning neural network is mimic of the human brain. The structure is completely like that. What is the human brain? Human brain having the multiple neurons interconnected with that. Okay, the same with the artificial neural networks also. The artificial neural network structure also the same thing. So in the same way, with the help of the deep learning neural network, we can mimic, the computer can mimic the, human decision, human solving the problem. Like that only the computer also can do that. Okay, right. So first of all, we need to understand these several things here. So what is the meaning of that first one? The artificial intelligence. It is nothing but ability. It is nothing but the ability to imitate. The machine is imitate the intelligence of the human behavior. How it can be possible? With the help of the machine learning and also the deep learning. So artificial intelligence is nothing but ability of the machine to imitate the intelligence of the human behavior. We can imitate. The computer can imitate. We can do that with the help of the training. With the help of the training of the machine. With the help of the teacher of the machine. And what is the machine learning here? The applications of the AI that allows a system to automatically learn and improve from the experience. That means what? Once you are training the machine with the help of the machine learning algorithm, that is completed. Training is completed. After that, it is going to automatically learn getting from the user input. getting from the user input. Then finally it will be improving the performance from the experience for the further scenarios. So that is machine learning can do. What about the deep learning? It is the applications of the machine learning that uses the complex algorithm and deep neural networks to train a model. When comparatively deep learning can perform very well for the huge amount of data. Because of the deep learning will help to learn in a deeper way. That means with the help of the feature extraction. So based on the features, the deep learning is going to learn based on the features. Once you collecting the features of that particular data synthesis, that time it can be possible to giving the result. In the same way, the machine learning also. Oh, what is the common procedures for the machine learning and deep learning? So we are going to creating the model and training the model for the particular target. That is the thing. What is the differentiation between these and these? The deep learning is going to learn deeper way based on the features. Okay, based on the features. So it will be performed very well when comparatively machine learning. Okay, right. So without delay, I am going to enter in the next topic. Why do we need deep learning here? The first point, the process huge amount of data. Process huge amount of data. Already I said to you, the deep learning algorithm can work with a huge amount of data of the structured or non-structured data. Okay, when comparative machine learning, this can be performed very well for the structured and non-structured data. But machine learning can perform very well for the structured data only. So that is the reason we need deep learning for the huge amount of data for structured and non-structured data. And what about the performance? The next point, the performance complex algorithm. In machine learning, the certain algorithm will giving the few amount of solution. Maybe that it is a complex problem in the sense the machine learning will not giving the correct performance of that. But deep learning can do. So that's why I mentioned here, the machine learning algorithm can perform the complex operation. Complex operation. So for that complex operation, we need the deep learning algorithm for giving the solution of the complex problem. For example, voice recognition. That can't possible with the help of the machine learning, but it can be possible with the help of the deep learning. Voice recognition is the most important and common complex problem actually, right? So that is can't recognize properly because for the human it is also not an easy task. So what about the computer? Computer is the biggest task for this. For this complex problem, the deep learning algorithm definitely will giving the solution for that. But when comparatively machine learning. Okay, so that's why it will be helpful. The deep learning will help to perform the complex problem with a complex algorithm. Right? What about the next thing? Achieve the best performance with a large amount of data. So as the amount of data increases, what about the performance of the machine learning algorithm? It will be going to decrease. But deep learning, we can perform the good performance of the large amount of data with the help of the deep learning. That is, we can achieve with the help of the deep learning. That's why I mentioned here. For making the good performance, we need a deep learning algorithm. So it will be helpful for achieving the best performance with a large amount of data. That may be that big data. Okay, right. So what about the next thing? Feature extraction. So here the deep learning algorithms takes the large amount of data as the input. Okay, large amount of data as the input. Analyze the input to extracting the features output of the object. So based on the features, it is going to identify the similar object for that particular features. So that's why I mentioned here. That means what? Here the feature extraction is very important. Based on the features from the image, from the object, we can, giving the solution, the computer can giving the solution based on the features of that particular object. That will be helpful for, work with similar identification of that particular object based on the features. And one more thing, what is the difference between the machine learning and deep learning process? Normally, in machine learning, the feature extraction is a manual process. We are going to split the data for testing and training, right? But here, the feature extraction is not a single process. It is a combined process. That means what in the sense? In machine learning, pre-process and feature extraction, model creation and model training. So that is a separate process. But in deep learning, feature extraction and also the model training is a single process. That means the feature extraction can do automatically with the help of when you call that particular deep learning algorithm. Because the deep learning algorithm will giving the solution for the feature extraction. Feature extraction is automatically can done once you call that particular algorithm. That means feature extraction plus model training is a single process. But in machine learning, feature extraction is a separate process. Model training is a separate process. Okay, so that is why deep learning is needed. Hope you guys understand about this particular needed concept. Okay, fine. The next one, applications of the deep learning. The first one, very important thing. For the healthcare, the deep learning, the first important thing. Now, the oncology department. For diagnosing the oncology department, specialist is not available much. Not available much amount of the specialist. But the computer can to diagnose the cancer. How? So the computer can contribute to that to diagnose the cancer tumor with the help of the MRI report. So once you, taking the MRI report, we are going to feed to the computer. The trained model will classify it as a cancer tumor or normal tumor. That can be possible with the help of the deep learning. So behind the process of the deep learning, training the model, that means the image segmentation is one of the biggest process in deep learning and also the computer vision. So for this cancer detection, with the help of the deep learning trained model, it is going to classify it as a cancer tumor or non-tumor. So that's why I mentioned here, the deep learning help to detecting the cancerous tumor in the human body. Because the expertise in the oncology department not available more, but the computer can giving the solution of that because of the deep learning trained model. Okay, what about the next thing? The applications related to the robot navigation. So deep learning is used to train the robot to perform in the human task. For example, one more example. Nowadays, the manufacturing industries are used to do these particular robots. Why? In the sense, for example, for the productivity, increasing the productivity, we are going to use the robotics. When comparatively manpower, the robot will give the much productivity. Okay, much productivity. How it can be possible with the help of the trained model with the help of the deep learning. And what about the security process? So security, safety process. So security process also there, the safety process also there. So once the for safety, once the person is not wearing the helmet or a safety measures, suddenly the computer will detect and intimate to that particular person. It can be possible. When comparatively human, the robotics performed very well in 100% with the help of the deep learning training. So without training, you can't do anything. Okay, right. So this is also one of the important things. Robotics now introduced in the manufacturing companies for the safety, for the productivity, for the secure. Okay, right. So next one, applications of deep learning. One of the important applications in deep learning, that is a self-driving car. So with the help of the deep learning, we can recognize the object. With the help of the deep learning, the car can recognize the object. Because the car should recognize the object. Because it is a self-driving car. Without, human task, it is going to drive automatically. Once the person in front of the car is crossed and suddenly car should stop. How it can be? Without training, it can't be possible. So here the training is important. Yeah, this is the object, this is the person. Object detection is very important for the self-driving car. People detection, object detection, road sign detection. Once the green signal in the car should go. Once the red signal in this car should stop. How the car can identify? With the help of the computer vision, with the help of the deep learning training. Because of the computer vision will help to recognizing the colors of the traffic signal. The training will be, like should stop. While the red signal comes in the sense should stop. While red, green signal in the sense should go. Like that only we have to train. Okay, right. So for, without human it can be possible with the help of the deep learning as well as the computer vision. Okay, right. Next applications. Machine translation. As I said before, last class. The translation. For example, given a word or phrases or sentence in a one language, automatically translate into the other language. That can be possible. How? With the help of the deep learning training model. Okay, you had an experience about this already, right? Yeah. What about the next thing? Music composition. So music composition in the sense, with the help of the deep learning neural network, can recognize the pattern to composing the music. Composing the music in the sense, that time automatically is going to create the music composition without, human helps. So that's why I mentioned here. The deep neural network can be used to produce the music by making the computer to learn the pattern of the composition. Once it is trained, is completed in this, automatically, with the help of the deep learning trained model, it is going to compose. It is one of the best experiment. You can watch it in the documentary movie, that is Age of AI. It is available in YouTube. You should watch that. So that is the complete training process they mentioned. Their experience they shared in that particular documentary. They had shared many things for the artificial intelligence. So my suggestion is should watch that particular movie of documentary of AI. It is available in YouTube. Okay, right. So what about the next thing? What is neural network? That is very important. Okay. So normally, what about the human brain? So the biological neural networks is nothing but, so it having, for example, the human brain having the multiple neurons. Each neurons is interconnected with each other. Then only it will be, giving the results. For example, one more example for the neural network. You can see in front of me camera is there. In front of me camera is there. I can recognize who is the receiver here. My eye is a receiver. My eye is a receiver. That receiver sending the information to the neurons, brain neurons. That particular, huge amount of the neurons passing the information to the multiple neurons. One single neuron is passing information to the multi-neuron. That multi-neurons extracting the features from that receiving input. After that only the brain will intimate, yes, it is camera. So this is the way the structure will be. In the same structure, we are going to mimic. In the same structure, the human brain structure, we are going to create for the artificial neural network. The same structure we are going to design them. The structure base, it is very similar. Because what is the human brain? It having a huge amount of the neurons. That neurons is connected with, one neurons is interconnected with the another neurons. So that's why I mentioned here. The deep learning is based on the functions of human brain. The structure is completely related to the human brains. They made the structure of artificial neural network based on the human brains. Okay, so let's understand the biological neural network look like. You can see here. So it having the four terms of the particular neurons of the human biological neurons. You can see here dendrite is the input. Cell nucleus is nothing but the nodes or neurons. And axon is like it is going to calculate, it is the output of that. Synapses is nothing but the calculating weighted of that particular input. In the same way, we are going to develop the artificial neural network. So input, it is a dendrite. Cell nucleus, that is neuron. Weighted in the sense synapses. Axon in the sense output. In the similar way, we are going to create for artificial neural network. That means what? Once you are going to passing the information, passing the data to that is nothing but the input. This input multiplied with the weight to passing through the neurons. These particular neurons next passing to the activation function. Based on the activation function, the output will becomes like that, this or that, yes or no, like that. Here, the weight calculation and bias is very important to activation function. Activation function will giving the results like this or that, and this object or that object with the help of the training. So this is the way this structure is working. So this is the input. Once you are going to passing through the weight of that particular input, because each input having one particular single value, unique value. That unique value is multiplied with the weight. That amount of weight we are going to calculate the summation function. After finding the summation of the functions of the weight, then we are going to passing through the activation function. That activation function will giving the result. That is the calculation procedures. Okay, this is the way it will be consist like that. Okay, right. So here this is the calculation of that. This is the input. We are going to. This is nothing but the neurons. This is nothing but the neurons. We are going to passing through the information input to that particular x1, x2. Each and every input having the one unique value. That unique value multiplied with the weight. We are going to calculate the summation function. It will help to calculate the summation of the weight of each inputs. And compare with the bias. Every neurons having the one single bias. That bias we are going to pass into the activation function. The activation function will help to finding the result. That is nothing but we are going to extracting the feature from the weight and the bias. Okay, right. So 2 steps we are going to follow this particular procedure. The first step is the process of calculated weight in the sum of the input. That is the input. You can see here. Summation functions. This is the input. We are going to calculate for the each and every inputs multiplied with the weight. Okay, right. So now that is the first procedure. The second process is passed to calculated weight sum as an input to the activation function. That activation function generate the output. That's why I mentioned here. You can see here, once you calculated the input weighted sum, then it will be passing through the activation function. Activation function will generate the output based on the value, based on the features. Okay, right. So there are 2 different processes can do. So what is the activation function here? Activation function is used in the hidden layer as well as the output layer. So that is nothing but the mathematical calculation process. Okay. So what is the activation function? The activation function decides whether the neuron should be activated or not by calculating the weighted of sum for the further adding bias to it. So each and every neurons having the one single bias. That bias should be added based on this weighted summation of weighted and bias. It will be help to generating the output. What is the purpose? It is used to introduce the non-linearity into the output of the neurons. So non-linearity in the sense based on the values, it will be returning this or that, like that only it will be returning. Okay, so activation function, hope you guys are understood. Once you are going to calculate the weighted of the input and summation of the input weighted input, we are going to passing and added to the further adding to the bias, it will be help to generate the output from the activation function. The activation function mainly in the hidden layer, the activation function is nothing but the mathematical calculations. Okay, right. So activation functions having the 4 different types: the sigmoid function, threshold functions, ReLU function, and hyperbolic tangent functions. Here majorly we are using the sigmoid and also the ReLU. Okay, right. So what is the next? Architecture of the artificial neural network. First, we need to understand the structure of the artificial neural network. It having the 3 different layers. One is the input, another one is the hidden layer, another one is the output. So input and output, in between the layers, that is the hidden layer. You can see here, this is the input. Okay, so each and every input having the single neurons. It is passing through, we are going to calculate it weighted. Then we are going to pass it to the hidden layer. That hidden layer will help to analyzing and extracting the features from the input. Then it will be returning the output, this or that. Once you are going to passing, for example, my images is going to passing for recognizing my face. Okay, I am passing the 100 images to the input layer. This input layer and each and every image is having the pixel value, that is the unique value. That unique value we are going to calculate with the several weights. That several weights we are going to calculate in the summation function for the input weighted. Then we are going to pass and further adding to the bias. The activation functions will generate the output. The same way, this is the input. When you are going to passing the input through the multiple neurons, the hidden layers having the 2 different layers. The hidden layers will help to extracting the features from the image. Because we are going to passing through the neurons, that particular neurons is interconnected with the multi-neurons. That multi-neurons extracting the features, analyzing the data and extracting the features from the images. Then it will be based on the features, it will be returning the value. Based on the activation function, it will be returning the value. The activation function major purpose, so depending on the calculation, it is extracting the features. So based on that particular features, it will be returning the value. So this is the architecture of ANN, that is artificial neural network. So working in the sense, you can see this picture. How does the feature extraction can done? You can see this. This is the picture. Okay. So input layer passing the information through the hidden layer. The hidden layer only extracting the features from the image. After that, based on the feature, the output will come. Already I said to you. So it is first layer. It is passing through the extracting the edges of that particular object in the image, right? So that is the first layer. The second layer, it is going to finding the contour. Finding the contour of that particular edges. Once the edges is detected, then we are going to enter the contour detection. The contour is calculated in the sense, after that we are going to finding the object points. Based on the object points, this is the car or this is the person or animal. The output will be written. So finally, the object is identified, yes, it is the person. So what is the in-between process inside the hidden layer? Extracting the features from the image. Normally, once the object is detected in the sense, the outline of the object detected in the sense, we can identify easily. In the same way, the computer also can do. That's why we need an edge detection, contour detection, and also the finally object detection. Once you finding the object point, once the computer find object point in the sense, definitely that is the we can identify easily, yes, it is a car or person or animal. Here the output will be the person. This is the way the neural network will be worked. That means you can see here each and every neurons passing the information to the multi-neurons. You can see 1, 1 and 1, multi-neurons. After that, these neurons is passing through the each neurons. And these neurons is passing to the 3 particular neurons. And every neuron is passing the information to the multi-neurons. That particular multi-neurons analyzing the data and extracting the features from the image, then it will be returning that. Based on the, the activation function will generate the output for that. Hope you guys are understood about the working of the neural network. Okay, this is the way extracting the based on the extracting the features function, based on the features, the output will be written. Okay, right. So this is the way. Hey, are you interested to learning about the artificial intelligence technology more? Are you interested in doing the internship on artificial intelligence technology? And this is the right time to do the artificial intelligence technology internship program. And this is a special opportunity only for the artificial intelligence masterclass participants. You can join as an internship user right now. So we are giving this special offer for you guys. So maybe you are asking the question to me about the quality. If I pay the money, what about the quality? For the quality assurance, I will assure you that because of the quality is very good. If you are paying the money, definitely you will be satisfied about this. Okay, so what is the benefit of this particular internship program? That is the most important thing, right? So that I will discuss with you. So in most commonly, you are expecting what are the concepts we are going to cover in this particular artificial intelligence internship program. So in this particular artificial intelligence internship program, we are going to cover all the artificial intelligence subset of technologies. For example, what is machine learning and what is the project, how to build a project in machine learning technology. What is NLP? How to build a project in NLP technology. What is the computer vision? How to build a project in computer vision and also with a deep learning. What is deep learning? How to build a project in deep learning technology. These all are the things I'm going to cover in this particular artificial intelligence internship program. You will be learn more about artificial intelligence technology and I'm going to cover all the concepts in artificial intelligence technology. Okay, so you who all are interested to joining this particular internship program in the sense enroll right now. The link is mentioned in the description and also the link is mentioned in the comment box. So what is the benefit? 30 days live session is accessible for the participant and also the internship user. And recorded videos is accessible for the 90 days only for the internship user. And you can receive the hands-on experience for the building and also the developing a AI project nearly the 10 plus projects you can receive, and you can receive the source code for that particular the project and also the reports and also the documentation for all the projects you can receive that, and 30 days of downloaded presentation you can receive that. If you are an internship user means you can receive 30 days of downloaded presentation you can receive that. And every Saturday I will be available only for the internship user. That is that completely related to the question and answer session in Zoom platform. So we are going to conduct the hackathon classes only for the internship user. If you have any queries related to which you learned before, I will answer for your queries definitely. And I will be available every Saturday for the hackathon classes who are joining this particular internship program. So that is completely related to the doubt clarification session and also the question and answer session as well. And so I will be always available. I will be support you in queries as well. Okay. And also you can reach the confirmation letter, which is get it from Pantech Learning, certificate, which is get it from Pantech Learning. These all are the the important, these all are the benefit of the internship user. And also the major importance is we are going to cover machine learning technology, deep learning technology, NLP technology, computer vision technology, and how to build a project in these all are the technologies in artificial intelligence technology. So these all are the concepts I am going to cover in this artificial intelligence internship program. If you are interested, to join immediately and enroll now immediately. So you are asking the question about the quality. Of course, the quality is very good for this much of money. Please to join the internship who all are interested to joining this artificial intelligence internship program. Please enroll right now. Okay, please enroll right now. So how to enroll this? How to enroll this? Normally we charge nearly 2000 rupees. Normally we charge nearly 2000 rupees. But only for the the masterclass participants, we are giving nearly 800 rupees. So use the coupon code AIMC4. Use the coupon code AIMC4. The discounted fee will be nearly 800 rupees. The discounted fee will be nearly 800 rupees. So for this much of money, we are giving this much of content. So normally we spend the money for that packet money. So for the entertainment as well, for learning purpose, you can also spend this much of money as well. The link is mentioned in the description. The link is mentioned in the comment box as well. Please enroll right now. Please enroll right now who all are interested to join the internship on artificial intelligence technology. Normally, we charge nearly 2000 rupees. For the masterclass participants, we are giving nearly 800 rupees. So use the coupon code AIMC4. The discounted fee will be nearly 800 rupees. So what are the process I am going to discuss with you? So how to create a model and how to create the training and also the evaluation, the various machine learning model and weight prediction based on the height and also the gender, sentiment analysis using the NLP, AI virtual assistant using the Python, and also the lead disease detection using the deep learning, character recognition using the convolution neural network, fingerprint authentication, and also the number plate recognition, age and gender detection, brain tumor detection, face mask recognition, hand gesture detection, and emotion recognition through the facial expression. These all are the projects you can receive the hands-on experience in real time, and also you can learn more about this particular project, how to create a model and how to train a model. These all are the things. Okay, so please do join immediately. This is a special offer only for the artificial intelligence masterclass participant. Enroll now. The link is mentioned in the description and also the link is mentioned in the comment box. Please enroll right now and use the coupon code AIMC4. AIMC4 and you can receive the discounted fee will be nearly 800 rupees. Enroll now and learn more about the artificial intelligence technology. Okay, right. So the working like that. Okay, so this is deep learning. This is the overview of deep learning. Hope you guys are understood about this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And so engage your knowledge. Engage your knowledge exploration by Pantech learning. Okay, so explore your knowledge by the Pantech learning anytime, anywhere, and any places. Okay, we'll see you in the next. We'll see you in the next day class with a different topic. Thank you so much. We'll see you. Bye bye.